Day 8 of Operation Epic Fury, Saturday, March 7th, 2026. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian broadcast a pre-recorded address on state television Saturday morning, apologizing to Gulf Arab neighbors for attacks Iran carried out against them over the past 8 days and announcing a conditional halt to further strikes. Less than an hour after the broadcast ended, an Iranian drone struck Dubai International Airport. Here is what happened and what it means. Pezeshkian's address was the first public directive issued by Iran's three-man interim leadership council, comprising Pezeshkian, Chief Justice Gholam Hossein Mohseni Ejei, and Ayatollah Alireza Arafi, since the council was formed following Khamenei's death on February 28th. The address was filmed without professional broadcast equipment, appeared hurried, and was distributed through Iran's national news agency Telegram channel. Pezeshkian said the interim council approved a formal policy directive on Friday. Iranian forces are ordered not to attack neighboring countries or fire missiles at them unless an attack on Iranian soil originates directly from their territory. He said the decision had been relayed to the armed forces. He then said he personally apologizes to the neighboring countries that were targeted by attacks from Iran, calling them brothers and saying Iran bears them no ill will. He attributed the previous 8 days of strikes on UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia to what he described as armed forces acting on their own initiative after losing their commanders, carrying out operations they deemed necessary without central direction. Pezeshkian also addressed Trump's unconditional surrender demand directly. He said that is a dream they should take to their grave. Iran will not surrender unconditionally. The IRGC's response to Pezeshkian's address added confusion to the picture. Armed Forces spokesman General Abolfazl Shekarchi said after Pezeshkian's broadcast that Tehran has not hit countries that did not provide space for America to invade Iran. That statement directly contradicts the factual record. The American strikes have not been launched from Gulf Arab states, which have repeatedly stated they would not allow their territory to be used against Iran. The IRGC statement also did not explicitly confirm compliance with the Council's directive. Questions about whether the Council has authority to enforce the halt over the IRGC, which answered exclusively to the Supreme Leader and now operates without one, were not resolved. The attacks continued regardless. Hours before Pezeshkian's address aired, a wave of Iranian missiles and drones disrupted flights at Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest international airport by international passengers, which had partially reopened for the first time since the war began. Passengers inside the terminal heard a loud boom while sheltering in train tunnels beneath the facility. The Dubai media office confirmed a minor incident resulting from debris after an aerial interception. Emirates Airlines suspended all flights until further notice. Shortly after Pezeshkian's broadcast ended, footage circulated online showing what appeared to be an Iranian drone impacting at Dubai International Airport, barely missing Concourse A. The Times of Israel confirmed the footage. There are no immediate reports of casualties from that impact. Iran's IRGC said separately it struck Al Dhafra Air Base south of Abu Dhabi, a facility that hosts US forces using Navy drone units. The UAE confirmed it launched air defenses to bring down missiles and drones from Iran on Saturday. In Bahrain, sirens sounded across the island multiple times Saturday morning. The Bahraini military confirmed that since Iranian attacks began 8 days ago, 86 missiles and 148 drones have been intercepted and destroyed over Bahraini territory, 234 projectiles total against a country of 1.5 million people in 8 days. In Saudi Arabia, 3 attempts to strike the Sheba oil field, one of the largest in the Middle East, producing approximately 1 million barrels per day, were intercepted before dawn Saturday. A ballistic missile targeting Prince Sultan Air Base, which hosts US forces, was also shot down. Qatar's Civil Aviation Authority announced a partial resumption of air traffic through designated contingency routes with limited operational capacity. In coordination with Qatari armed forces, the Arab League announced an emergency foreign ministers meeting for Sunday via video conference to discuss Iranian attacks on the territories of several Arab countries. The meeting was requested by Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Jordan and Egypt. Saudi Defense Minister Prince Khalid bin Salman confirmed he met with Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff to discuss Iranian attacks on Saudi Arabia and measures to halt them under the terms of their joint strategic defense agreement. On the Israeli and US side, the military campaign continued at the same pace. CENTCOM confirmed US forces have now struck over 3,000 targets in Iran in the first week of Operation Epic Fury. The IDF said another broad wave of strikes on Tehran was completed Saturday, with approximately 80 jets dropping 230 munitions on multiple military sites. Smoke and fire were visible rising from Mehrabad International Airport in Tehran. The IDF issued evacuation warnings ahead of additional strikes on Hezbollah sites in Lebanon's Tyre region. Israeli jets struck targets in Beirut's southern suburbs again Saturday. The Lebanese Health Ministry confirmed 16 people were killed and 35 wounded in Saturday's Lebanon strikes. In Israel, loud booms were heard in Jerusalem Saturday morning after air raid sirens warned of incoming Iranian missiles. The Israeli military confirmed air defenses were operating before giving the all clear. Trump responded to Pezeshkian's apology on Truth Social Saturday. He said Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised it will not shoot at them anymore, attributing the apology to what he described as relentless US and Israeli attacks. The US Treasury approved a new $151 million arms sale to Israel on Saturday, the second consecutive day of emergency arms approvals bypassing standard congressional notification. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent confirmed in a television interview the biggest bombing campaign of the war is still ahead. Qatar's Energy Minister Saad Al-Kaabi told the Financial Times the war could bring down the economies of the world and predicted a widespread shutdown of Gulf energy exports. He said oil could reach $150 a barrel. US crude posted its biggest weekly gain in the history of the futures contract dating back to 1983, up 35.63% for the week. Brent crude rose approximately 28% for the week, its biggest weekly gain since April 2020, settling at $92.69 a barrel Friday. A prominent Iranian cleric, Ayatollah Nasser Makarem Shirazi, issued a public statement Saturday urging the Assembly of Experts to act quickly to name a new supreme leader, saying the timely realization of this important matter will lead to national authority and the best possible organization of affairs. Buildings associated with the 88-member Assembly of Experts panel have been struck by airstrikes during the war, likely complicating any attempt to convene the body. As of Saturday afternoon, Iran's president has issued an apology and a halt order. The IRGC has not explicitly confirmed compliance. Dubai Airport has been struck. Bahrain has intercepted 234 projectiles. Saudi oil fields have been targeted. The Arab League is convening an emergency meeting. The US has struck 3,000 Iranian targets and approved more arms for Israel. And the biggest bombing campaign of the war, by Washington's own description, has not yet begun.